story, it's basically, in a nutshell, it's basically the relationship between Seven Macaw, who is the false ruler, and One Hunahpu, who is the consciousness that's been reborn, transformed by coming back into right relationship with the true cosmic source and center. So this dynamic between Seven Macaw and One Hunahpu, and how the hero twins facilitate the demise of Seven Macaw and the rebirth of their father, One Hunahpu, it's basically the perennial universal teaching about the relationship between the limited ego consciousness and the divine, unlimited, true consciousness. And the spiritual message is that we have an opportunity here at the end of the cycle to sacrifice or surrender the illusions that keep us fixated to that limited state of consciousness that is ruled by the seven macaws of the world. Seven macaw being the vain and false ego, you know, the ego out of control. And you know, ego's always been a fiction of convenience, but at some point in the great cycles of time, humanity lost their connection with the true eternal consciousness, which is our birthright. It resides at the core of our hearts. And when that connection got severed, then ego sort of got deputized to take over that function. And then things kind of just went haywire from there.
But if we really want to know more, and how the Mayan count of days functions, we must ask the Mayan elders. Among the living Maya themselves, many are educating their young in the old ways. At the core of the teachings is the sacred count of days.
If you are born into the energy of Kesh, you are a person of service. If you are Balam, the Jaguar, you have authority. Depending on what sign you were born in, you can educate a child to take out their potential and their possibilities and to develop their talents also.
The main path provided by the Mayan count of days is thus toward oneness, unity, compassion, and love. And this is charted at the level of consciousness. The Mayan count of days functions as a metaphysical map of the evolution of consciousness and records how spiritual time flows, providing a new science of divine time. By using the Mayan count of days correctly, as a spiritual device, we will have a greater understanding of the nature of conscious evolution throughout human history, how it provides the concrete steps we can take to align ourselves with this growth toward enlightenment.
I believe that the Maya left us clues that they really were galactic travelers to this planet, that anyone who has visited the sacred sites of the Maya soon realizes that, wow, something was going on here that we don't understand because of the profound harmony in the placement of the temples, Chichen Itza, the ability to capture the equinoxes with that beautiful serpent going down the pyramid. Those are all signs that there is something going on that we don't understand.
The year 2012 in particular will be required for an enlightened state to settle in a number of individuals who may not have been fully prepared for it. The ancient traditions throughout the planet all point in the same direction, a timeless period, enlightened state of cosmic consciousness. We may start asking ourselves if we really need a calendar that divides people and time, or if we need one that helps us to attain a state of enlightenment. It is time that we use a calendar that helps us to align ourselves to the divine.
The prophecy for 2012 again has to do with what's going to be happening at the end of the age. And it has to do with this deity Seven Macaw. He's the vain and false ruler. He is dead set to deceive humanity, to try to keep humanity from feeling their connection with their true eternal selves. So at the end of the cycle, Seven Macaw, or vain egoism, will be ruling and ruining the planet. That's kind of the first part of the Mayan prophecy, and it comes from the Maya creation mythology. The second part is that we, or Seven Macaw, can sacrifice his attachment to the illusions that make him think that he is the true center. Ego is not the true center of the universe. We live in a world in the Western society where we believe that our individual identities, our egos, is all that there is. That's a big illusion, and that's what keeps us from feeling connected with our true eternal selves. So the second part of the prophecy is that we can sacrifice those illusions, and we can transform our egos, make our egos transparent in a sense, so that the true light, the true eternal light of our eternal selves can shine through.
If you look at all prophecies and all religions, is that it's important to understand that we treat each other with respect, that we can actually have love in our hearts, in our life. You know, as far as we have been as human beings, you know, it's all been a mental attitude, materialism. You know, as we emerged from the underworld, they say that there was 4 brothers. We, as the indigenous people of the Americas, stayed here on this land. The other brothers went and left. But to understand it even better, we were all here together at one time. Now, as our brothers come back and we all share a multitude of gifts, of blessings, a multitude of ideas, you know, we have to understand that now we have to work together to create that peace. And what is that all about? What does religion teach? Oh, love thy neighbor, love yourself. Jesus Christ, Buddha, Zen, Muhammad, Krishna, Sitting Bull, Montezuma, Kukulkan, you know, all the spiritual elders, Gandhi, you know, even our own traditional people here. We had medicine people that taught one thing, was to love yourself, love the Mother Earth, and love your children and your grandparents, you know, the elders.
Understanding the cosmic time plan given by the sacred count of days of the Maya, we can understand the different levels of consciousness throughout the history of our galaxy and be part of our own evolution as co-creators with the divine. As the contours of the cosmic plan become clearer, human beings are presented with a choice as to whether to attempt the climb of the cosmic pyramid. Each one of us has to make this choice individually, and it may require that we turn many of our most cherished notions upside down. Each one of us is an autonomous child of the living universe. None of us needs any intercessor of any kind between ourselves and the divine. There can be no priest, no government, no artificial timing frequency like the Gregorian calendar and the church behind that.
My message is to look directly at the Mayan sources, you know, wherever those are to be found in the modern world. You know, modern shamans who are doing rituals of healing and reconnection and purification. You know, those are living traditions that human beings can connect with. The teachings of the Maya creation mythology, you know, the wisdom that's encoded on the carved monuments of Izapa. These things should be experienced directly by people who are seeking to understand what 2012 is about. And the spiritual teachings that are preserved in these traditions can be practiced directly by human beings today. So it's not so much about listening to what this person has to say or that person has to say. It's about plugging right in to the wisdom that's preserved in the Mayan traditions.
It is the nature of the enlightened human being to be totally free to live according to his or her choosing. With such a freedom and liberation from the cosmic plan, the future destiny of mankind is impossible to predict. We will be completely free to chart our own destiny. Humanity will live in true freedom, joy, peace, and love. We need to remember that we are brothers and sisters living in the same planet Earth. The Mayan calendar is a tool to understand each other. We all need real love, tolerance, respect, and understanding. The reason humanity has lost faith in the idea of a millennium of peace is that it has become blind to the existence of a cosmic plan, according to which our minds change. The road to peace is largely one of transforming our minds to a unitary, enlightened frame of consciousness, and by taking such a path, deepening our